Hey guys, this is J19 brought to you another video, and today I want to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake saga going forward. So if you like this type of content, please like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification, stay notified when I go live or upload my next video. With that out of the way, let's get started. Today's video is going to be about what can ruin Final Fantasy VII Remake going forward. If you guys watched my last video on this, I talked about Cloud's story arc, but today I'm gonna go in like more different direction. What can make this game flop? I know a lot of people think it will, but let's just say this game flops. The sales dive, go off the rails as far as in the opposite direction what we thought. What can ruin the game is, let's start off with the story. Let's say the story gets like really out of whack, confusing, convoluted. That's a lot of people's fears right now, and it can happen. It can get it where it puts people off. People might not be interested in a game where the story is so convoluted and so confusing that they just lose interest. We will be talking about spoilers for Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII in general, so keep that in mind. Click off this video if you don't want to hear it, but here we go. In the final chapter at Destiny's Crossroads of Final Fantasy VII Remake, Aerith warns the party that if they go in, they will not only change the future, but also change themselves. And that also got people worried, and myself included, a little tiny bit. Not really super worried, but if the character's personality like changed to a point where it's no longer the same characters we all love and know back in Final Fantasy VII back in 1997, it can ruin the story. I mean, but given how Game 1 went, I am really super happy with the character progression and the story of each character. The development, I should say. But that's another thing I could put this game off. If, let's say, the story is alright, but the characters are personality that's not to our liking, that can ruin things. Another reason the game could do bad going forward is the combat gets stagnant. The gameplay wise gets boring, repetitive, to a point where it's like, there's no like sick combos to pull off. Stuff for intermission is proven that they're gonna have combos, but even then, I like to see a little bit more variety, materia. If you don't have like more variety of materia, that could get stagnant. I know part 1 had way too many like healing materials and stuff like that. It got to a point. It's like, really? It's like, why do I need so many? Stuff like that nature. That could make a game play a little boring. And yeah, so story, if it gets convoluted, if it gets like way out of whack, that can ruin it. Character development, personalities, especially for like Game 1 says that Aerith warns that they no longer be changing. They'll be changing the future, but also changing themselves. That's another thing people can worry about. That could make a game flop. And of course, the gameplay combat could get repetitive, boring, not customizable, like as far as like materials and combinations and stuff like that. Part 1 was a good start. I'd like to see more. If the games going forward are actually really linear, to a point where it's like corridor walking simulator, that could get, or padding, that could get a little boring too. So Square Enix got a lot on their plate. They said that Game 2 is going to exceed everyone's expectations, even though Game 1 did set the tone. They said that Game 2 is actually, or Part 2 is actually going to like exceed those expectations. So they got a lot on their plate. I'm rooting for them. I'm excited for how this game's going to go. I'll be getting it day 1, of course, and streaming on my channel. I will be streaming Integrate and Intermission on my channel as well. Most likely just Yuffie DLC. I might play the base story offline and give my thoughts if I see anything new. With that said, that's why I think that can actually ruin the game, the series going forward. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of these reasons, and I'd like to hear what you guys got to say about it. Personally, I think Square Enix is gonna take their time with this. They're gonna be real careful going forward, and I think this series is gonna be fine. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think of my thoughts, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. So with that said, hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Keep on keeping on. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notifications. Stay notified when I upload my next video or go live. With that said, you guys take it easy out there. Be nice to each other. I'll catch you all on the next video.